What's going on, guys? Veve back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about overvalued NFTs. We're going to be talking about where we think the market's going to be going. We're going to be talking about what the prices are doing. And yeah, we're just going to be sitting down, chilling, having a good time. So let's get into the video.
Disclaimer: we are not professionals. We are not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and enjoy the video.
Let's go. First off, I got to shout out all the subscribers, all the supporters. Really, buddy keeping his goggles on.
I can't get them off. There we go.
Yes, sir. So,
all right. So yeah, let's look at the top gainers.
I do want to say first, we got the giveaway video. Ice
Link
King
in the
and Two
description.
Comics. Yeah, link in the description. Check that out. Shout out the donators. Shout out the subs. We're over 4K. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get into it though. You want to see top gainers first?
Yep. Top gainers.
Right. No
62%. Dang.
Gall darn. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. The DeLorean's definitely pumped. I don't know if they said it in the AMA or what, but
they must have said like, yeah, we're bringing back the RC or something. But yeah, I could see it pumping even harder if they said that. So maybe it's just speculation. But
also the DeLoreans are gonna have a base come in once you can buy stuff in the showroom. And I'd bet money that base like turns the DeLorean, like spins it around. So if they have that, I feel like they'll have it for all cars though. Maybe not just the DeLorean, but they have that. That's going to be crazy. And it's going to pump the DeLoreans even more, I feel like.
Yeah. Do you still have Mayor of Townsville?
Yep.
Yo.
That's my first set I ever had was with Mayor of Townsville.
Let's go.
Finally see some love on him. Let's go.
Yeah, talk about love. This boy's been parabolic. Holy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm glad. I mean,
he deserves doubled. Yeah, I definitely slept on for what it was at 570 or whatever, but
yeah,
it's crazy.
Let's see. Like the hoverboards all got a little pump.
Yeah, interesting. Captain America.
Maybe just thinking about the VVverse and stuff. Yeah, Captain America. I think it could be Randy got the low mint, and it probably got people thinking like, okay, this is very undervalued because it was sitting at what, like under 2,000. Now it's at 4,500. So over doubled. Yeah, it's about 101%. Let's go.
Shout out to Randy. Randy's the Marvel GOAT. That man's, bro, the alligator Lokis. Love to see how he has like
he's got so many. You see his
secret rares.
Fridge is decked out now with all the names. Yeah, they're all donating gators.
Yeah, I think he has like 30 plus commons or something crazy.
Probably. But I think more than that.
But yeah, honestly,
so they must have either that or just talk about customizable NFTs and stuff. And they did. Somebody asked about the Deadpool in the AMA, and it seemed pretty likely that the sweater's coming off, but that's speculation, I guess. But yeah, they were talking about how they really do want like customizable NFTs and stuff. So
it looks the vehicles in general. Oh no, hopefully someone watching this yawns right about now. But yeah, it looks like cars got a little pump. I'm not sure why that would be, but it's probably people might have some extra money. It's the same thing
with the DeLorean.
Oh, okay.
Because the 1.6s are going to be RC car probably.
Oh, I'm hyped to see that, guys. Joe Mad steady getting love out here.
Let's go.
Pushing like it's 1,200 basically. I mean, this is pretty close, but dang, I love to see Joe Mad finally getting some love. I'm just wondering what's going to happen with this. We'll probably end the video just talking about where we see the market going soon. But yeah, this Joe Mad, crazy to see how good it's doing. And we'll probably see TODD on here soon too, but Storm, Secret Rare, another one that Randy Chavez has been talking about recently and how undervalued it is. And
this is the one that I picked up because of the Black Panther thing. After seeing that in the comics and stuff, I think if that movie comes out and Storm ends up being the Black Panther, she's literally going to go crazy. Like,
yeah, and if they get like a really good actor in that role too, it's gonna go crazy. Because originally, I mean, the original Black Panther, I never saw it, but it seemed to make like major waves in that community or whatever, and it seemed like it was a really good movie and super good actors. So hyped to see it. I don't have enough to pick it up, but I do. I think that'll do some make some moves in the future. Creeping Dero here. We talked about this in the last video about how this had a little spike last night. Literally in under 5 minutes, it jumped up 1K and then back down. So I think it was under
so weird.
Yeah, it was Jermaine Rogers. We talked about it in the previous video, but Jermaine Rogers mentioned the Creeping Dero in the AMA and people just started buying and it was hilarious. So that was funny to see. The Ghost Bears finally getting some love. Yes, sir. Shout out to Brendan.
Brendan had the funniest picture of the
All the
Voltrons.
Voltrons,
Oh my
yeah.
God, that was so funny.
Has like, I don't even know, like 10 to 14 Voltrons just stacked up in his
With the ghost
showroom.
bears as the
Yeah,
faces.
yeah.
So funny.
But yeah, I love to see these finally, getting a little love because they are really low mint. And this is what Brendan Z's been talking about the whole time, especially I think he picked up a bunch low, and I don't know if he's planning
He
on
did.
burning them or what, but yeah, he's
He's
got
a
a
ghost bear
bunch.
enthusiast.
Yeah, he is a ghost bear enthusiast. But yeah, I do think in terms of burns too, if you could pick these up really low, I think you could basically manipulate this into being more rare than it is just by burning off a bunch. And they were slept on for a while. So super cool to see that. More
I'm still
DeLoreans
curious of
here.
how the burning is going to work because we really got to see what ends up happening with
Yeah.
that. Because right now I can't see myself burning any collectibles, but we have
What
to
if
wait
you
and
get
see. Yeah,
like
we
what
just
if
don't
you
know how
get
many
enough
points we get.
yeah, if you get enough master collectors points for like 50 extra entry tickets or something, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
if it's a
that's not bad.
guarantee, if it's like okay, if I burn this ultra rare Captain America, do I have a guarantee shot at getting the secret rare Hulk or something? Then I would for sure burn the ultra rare Captain America. But
Yeah. I
I
wonder
don't know if I'd take the chance. Like I'm not gonna
I wa-
burn like $1,000 worth of stuff for a chance at getting something. So we'll have to wait and see how that ends up turning out.
I'm just curious to see like will they take into account like if you have the set versus not the set? Or like will they give you points based on like, okay, if this person was to continue holding this for the next year, we'll give them that many points, or will they just give like everybody the same flat rate or something?
Yeah, I feel like
It'll
it's gonna be with the dollar cost. Because at that
yeah.
point, it's like, okay, I need $950 worth of points, however many that is with the master collectors and stuff. But because then you could like think like, oh, if I'm just getting the points, then I should get a collectible to burn it that I already like have like a bunch of. So like I could pick up Slimer to burn for the points because like I already have some Slimer. So it'd help increase those and it would give me the points for burning.
Hmm. That's yeah. I'm interested to see what they release in that in the future. We kind of got on a tangent, but it is, I don't know. And like, will you be able to buy master collectors points with real money and then use those to buy extra tickets or what? Like, will you
Yeah,
only
I don't
have to
know.
do it through collecting or what? But a lot of speculation there. We'll get back into the gainers here, but Captain America up like $200. I think there's been a little pump in the ultra rares recently because of that Spider-Man and then other people seeing the Spider-Man and looking at the others and just playing games of catch up. But dang, this what did you sell this Robin at?
Like 1,000. It
Dang.
literally like it. I bought
Yeah,
it,
it
I think
never
at like a
moved though,
thousand
didn't
one
it?
hundred, and I sold it for a loss because it did not move until now. And I sold it like a month and a half, 2 months ago. So I'm not like
This
sad or anything about it.
shout out
But
to any Carmine Infantino Robin holders in the comments because this man's he doing the stanky leg. Man's real
yeah.
cute. But
So okay,
Blossom,
yeah.
and then here, okay, this is a big one. Todd Mack up like $1,000 today. It's been
Yeah.
steady pumping. If we look at this, I mean,
That thing's going
dang,
bonkers. That thing is
that
literally
is
going
wild.
bonkers.
Man,
Okay, so talk about overvalued. What do you think's overvalued? Because Todd's getting to that range for me that it's like, all right, it's getting there
yeah, I think
because a
a
lot of some
relative.
things haven't pumped. So I think it's getting a little overvalued unless the market shoots up right now. But
Yeah,
I can't see the whole market going crazy. So to me, it's a little overvalued, but it is first set on Veve. And if you're gonna try to time it and you love Todd, I would not sell it. So,
yeah,
but
I
it
do
also
think.
doesn't have the tax to sell. So if it was a Marvel thing, I think people had more of an incentive to hold on. But that's like some instant cash right there to be just because it doesn't have the
Yeah,
fee.
yeah, that is a hard one. I don't think Todd Mack is like overvalued, but I think there's like an imbalance between the value of like the others in that set, the other Batman Black and White. Like you said, I think the other collectibles have to either catch up to Todd Mack or Todd Mack will have to drift down because
Yeah.
it seems like he's been like the leader of the pack in this pump. And I
And it
mean, some
looks
other
like
things are kind of lagging right now. And I feel like other things should be jumping up more following this. Since they're not, I'm wondering, but I still think,
it also over doubled in about a week. So usually when things like
yeah,
that happen, people end up taking profits. So
yeah,
that's like one that definitely has pumped more than the others, which is why I'd say that could technically be overvalued. But
yeah. I do. we haven't seen a time like this in the market though for a minute, because we've had like the Disney week followed by, or like Decon Disney week. And then what else did we have recently though? Oh, the Mickey, the Steamboat drop. And so we
Yeah.
didn't really have a full break. I feel like this will tie into kind of how we end this video, but I feel like we're in a little mini bull run here because we've seen it after the first Comic-Con drop. There was a big bull run and then things came back down around the golden moments and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see, but yeah, I definitely I don't know. I don't know how I feel about a lot of these because we just haven't seen prices like this before. But Todd, I mean, I think that's just
Todd's
going to keep
outran
going
everything.
up over
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
definitely.
And
That's like one of the safest ones you can do is Todd because like
yeah,
there's so many more black and white things and it's the first set and it looks good. So
yeah. But
um
more DeLorean.
and the only other two that I'd say is really like overvalued are like the obvious, which is Donnie, because okay, pull up Donnie. Because let's see what price he's sitting at. Because like
Shout out, shut up and draw. Finally
let's
making some big
go.
moves. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, it seems like all the like small artists
Yeah,
are finally
it's
getting that pump that they deserved.
definitely nice to see that. And ultra rare Dunny is like at 3,000. Let's go, baby.
Shout out to all the OG Devil Bunny holders.
Yeah.
So,
Donnie
Donnie. Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. So Donnie's sitting at
145K.
145,000. If I had a Donnie, I would not, I would just list it under 145,000. Like I know you're part of the group and stuff, but if you
I think
it,
the people who bought this, I don't think need to, because nobody bought over probably 10K. I'm guessing like there might be a couple, but I think most of these people bought at retail price. So what's
doesn't
their
matter what
incentive to sell?
the incentive to sell is making profit. Like they're not going to make profit over $100,000. So
I
what would
think
you
they're
rather?
looking long term though, because like in
Yeah,
a couple
maybe.
years, 150 mint collectible on here. I still think like they are. I don't know. I see what you're
We're gonna
saying
have
though.
one of ones though in the future. That's because like it is season one and it's cool. It's rumored that one person that talked on the AMA yesterday. This is not 100% true because I don't see screenshots or anything, but it's rumored that one person owns 60 Donnies. 60.
Could be,
Yeah.
definitely could be.
But
That is
what,
wild.
what do you think's gonna what do you think's gonna double your or what do you think's gonna be a better return on investment? One Donnie or four secret rare Spider-Mans?
I mean, right now, if you're throwing the money in, I wouldn't advise anybody to buy a Donnie just
Yeah.
because, like, I don't, you're
Obviously,
buying
it's
like at the peak right now. Yeah.
$145,000.
So, like, if you were buying retail, I mean, because the people who bought retail on Donnie, they've probably seen like 1,000+ X or whatever. So, I don't know. As of right now, though, I'd go the Spider Man or whatever else you said, just because that's where the hype is right now. That's what's actually moving. Donnie's been chilling for a minute, but I still, I don't know. I'm
I
interested to
think,
see what happens with Donnie just
yeah,
because it is a unique situation. But
but
yeah, if there's someone
that's
holding
why I would
60,
say that's why I'd say it's overvalued though, because it's not going to sell. That's like what I mean by overvalued. And then also
oh
we got to
yeah,
look at the comic because that ain't going to sell right now either.
the what?
Sadly, the secret rare Marvel comic of 1,000 editions
Let's
that is
see.
not going to sell right now. So I'd say that's overvalued too, because somebody asked us to do overvalued stuff, and those are the things that I would think this is a
Oh,
better deal than the other one. I would rather have the Marvel Comics #1 than the 1,000 mint comic. I can't even remember what it's called. Spider-Man number 252 or something.
252. Yeah.
It's
Um,
Spider-Man, not Marvel.
I think this will definitely
Or I
sell
mean,
over. Oh, you were talking about the Spider-Man originally.
yeah, right there, right there.
Yeah.
Eight hundred
Holy
thousand dollars. Yeah, that's just a wee bit overvalued.
3 of 40 are listed. Yeah, I don't see anybody buying this. There's literally no reason to except to flex, and
If
they
somebody
they
buys
could
that,
do more 1,000 mint comic drops in the future that are better than this. And so
I think in the AMA they said they're doing more 1,000.
yeah, and there a lot of these like we've talked about are like seem to be test drops and just them feeling out how the market responds to stuff like this. So yeah, that'll be something to keep an eye on. I do want to mention because I've seen this person's comment about asking us for overvalued stuff. Unpopular opinion, I think Walt is overvalued. Like the Walt Disney statue, I've never been a fan though. I'm biased on that, but I want to check the price just to see because I don't
In
know,
my
just
opinion,
10.
in my
Go ahead.
opinion, uh, I know Ben doesn't like it, but I think it's sitting at what it should be right now. I own
Yeah,
Walt
I
though.
don't like, I would never pay like relative to the other things, I guess it makes sense. It's just like I'm sticking with it. I think this is overvalued. It's a
Let's
statue of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. Who's that big of a fan of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse? Like, I know I don't know. I'm not going to get into it because it only starts hate and all that stuff. But if you
What's
do
the
want to
secret rare
hear,
Spider-Man at? Because I think this is the second most blue chip you can buy is the Walt statue. At least like that's what it is to the community. So that's like what it is, I think. And I don't think we're going to be convincing people otherwise. And it's the first appearance of Mickey and will only ever have probably that Walt Disney in a thing once. But yeah, so Secret Rare Spider-Man's at 38,000. So
yeah,
so like I think that it's probably the second most blue chip is the Walt statue. What do you think is the second most
I
blue
think
chip?
like TODD should be the very first collectible on the app. I think I don't know. Cause like I've said before, I think Veve will make history and TODD is the like pinnacle of that history. It's the very beginning of their like story. So I think that, but I know a bunch of people disagree. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I'm never going to be a fan of the Walt statue. You will never convince me to like that thing. So yeah, that's a biased opinion. I didn't want to comment to your thing just because I didn't want to represent Carter and I in saying that because Carter disagrees with me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely, that's my take.
I do agree that Todd should be probably one of the top, but I don't think the community takes it as the top. But
Yeah, it's really
also,
that's all it. What the community thinks is what the prices are. So keep that in mind because
yeah,
yeah,
another reason I'd put Walt over them is because Walt's a set by himself and he's an ultra rare, and I think that definitely convinces some people. Doesn't really convince me, and especially because the Master Collectors program isn't out yet. I think that like changes a lot of stuff, but I think once the Master Collectors program is in, I think people are going to see that it's an ultra rare and a set by itself, and I think they'd put that over Todd, which right now it is over Todd. So I think it should. I think it's at a good price.
yeah. I all of these prices though, I think we're gonna see some wild movement soon, and I'm hyped to see where that goes because I don't know. We'll end the video on that, but to get into the biggest drops, it's a bunch of the Mermicornos right now because of the market issues that have been happening, but doesn't look like anything. Ooh, little friend
Okay.
Silver took an L. It was sitting at like 1200, I think, and now
Yeah, it was sitting at 1300.
dang,
I saw it at
that's
1300 for
yeah,
sure.
that's
And
tough.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because David, you said he owned the silver one.
What? Why would that drop it?
No, I'm think that's why I pumped it up to 1,300.
Oh,
And then probably people just took profits after.
yeah, this I'm not going to talk about this too much, but yeah, as much as I don't know. I'm really hyped to see that people were into the scarcity here and pumping this, but this pump felt kind of artificial too. And so that's why I wasn't as confident because it just didn't feel as genuine of a pump. Like we've seen some like, I guess, artificial pumps in the past, and this kind of felt similar. So I think it makes sense we're seeing this drop back down a little because it was at like what 8,000 at one point or something, or even I think it touched 10K at one point and it was chilling next to Walt. And that's when I was like, wow,
Yeah.
things are getting
Okay,
wild.
let's finish it off with which NFT do you think is the most undervalued? You know what I'm gonna say. You go first.
Oh, you go first. Give me some time to think.
Okay, pull up Big Barda. Big Barda is the cheapest set in the first season. She's one collectible per set, which I think will persuade people to buy it. And there's only 1,044 editions ever. And like if you're comparing it to other low editions, you can compare it to the Labbits of 888 editions. The series one, I think, is sitting at $2,000, and the series two sitting at like $2,500. That's around the same mintage. This is season one. It's a DC character, so I mean that's a little different, and it doesn't have the things coming into it like the Labbits do. But there's also other independent artists that have low editions, like the Cat Bronson has, I think, 666 editions, maybe. That's sitting at like $5,000 right now. So I think since it's season one, I don't even know who Big Barda is, but since it's season one, I think since everything else pretty much in season one is pumped and this has been the same price like for probably 7 months now, I think it's definitely time for it to have a little pump because it fluctuates. Like you can see right here that it fluctuates. Oh, it did hit 1,600 back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me think it's even more undervalued. That's just my opinion. Ben does not like this collectible, but
I The thing is, like, I agree with everything Carter's saying. I just don't think the product is something that people want. Because, like, when you look at Big Barda, I don't think it like
There's
competes
only
with some of the
36
others.
in the market though. Yeah, I know. I do
Yeah.
agree that it's mostly just investing in that season one. It's
Yeah.
investing in the scarcity, but
Yeah. In terms of that, like, I definitely think it's undervalued. I just think if people are looking to spend over 1,000 on something and you can get like the Joe Mad or something from like
yeah.
the very first set for less than this or the same price, I think that's where the competition is. But I can definitely see this moving. I just personally don't like the way the collectible looks that much. And so
Yeah.
I can't imagine spending that. But
Comparing
I
it to
definitely agree with your
yeah,
argument because
it,
I
it is
do
hard to
think,
compare Joe because like Joe is part of the first set, but this is still
yeah,
5 times rare and it's
yeah,
sitting at the same spot and it's a collectible, one collectible per set, and it's sitting like I don't know.
yeah.
I
I agree. I
I just don't think there's a
subjective
lot of
opinion.
there's not I don't think there's a lot of people that are like buying that to make a bunch of money, which are usually the collectibles that are good to invest in because like those are the ones that
Yeah, they're like
aren't going to have the
steady.
huge sell off once they pump because like people probably aren't holding. I mean, maybe people that from the very beginning are holding like a ton of those, but I don't see like anybody buying like, oh, I'm going to buy 20 of these so I can make a quick flip or something because they aren't a quick flip. So I think that will pump here quite soon, but we'll have
Yeah.
to see.
I think we'll end after talking about this, but I do think with the general trend we'll see in the market for the next few weeks, I think Big Barda has a good chance to increase because as all these other things are like mooning or taking their little pump and some of these others are getting left behind, I think that's where all the attention goes next is to what's left behind and to keep leveling things out and kind of playing catch up. And so I think Big Barda will definitely see some movements here. I just personally wouldn't. That's me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's
I
like,
definitely agree with what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
In terms of mine, I would agree with Carter in terms of like the scarce items, I guess. So like all of the decon stuff that's like 888 editions and sitting under 1,000, I feel like is pretty undervalued. I feel like that stuff should be under or over 1,000 at some point. I know there isn't like the fan base behind that and the popularity behind those, but yeah, I think a lot of those are definitely undervalued. I'd probably go with Finn for season one. Still
Oh,
seems
yeah.
pretty low. I think it's like 120 still. Like that thing barely ever moves, but I think it's something people might be bulking and then selling off. And so maybe that. I'd also say a lot of the Dragon Girls aren't completely undervalued, but I still think they have potential for growth,
Definitely.
especially some. Um,
Those are, yeah,
I
those are
think,
collectible that you could put a price, any price tag on it. It would make sense because like they look
yeah.
amazing.
And Ultraman 7, I know these are ones, probably repetitive for you guys, but with, we talked about this in our last video with opening it up with localization and other regions having access. If we do open up other regions that are maybe like larger fans or have a larger fan base for Ultraman, I could see that entire set doing good. I'm subjective, like in bias towards the Ultraman 7, but I think any of those could be undervalued because I think it might be close to 200, but I think it's even less than 200 still. And
Yeah.
season one looks nice. Um, I don't know. Superman, I've been eyeing Superman. I think
I
the
think he's doing it
Labbits are
like
kind of,
2.5.
yeah, I think Superman should be sitting like roughly half of Todd Mac, I feel like. And so I don't know. We'll probably see some leveling out happen there, but I think the Labbits um are another one that's kind of slept on. And I
Especially with
think,
Immutable X.
yeah, I anything coming to Immutable X and low mint, I really think is undervalued right now because we haven't seen movements for a lot. The ultra rare Dunny, we've seen some movements, but even then, I think it can go higher. But yeah, we could also see a comic pump here soon. So I think keep that in mind. Maybe, don't completely forget about the comics just because that comic pump always comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like it literally every time it's just like you wake up and then you're like, oh, things doubled or tripled. And it's like, okay. So something to keep in mind. I think those are pretty much, I think that's everything I have in terms of like the main stuff that comes to mind.
All right. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified every post. This is Veve Vision, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Let's go, homies. Let's go, homie, homies.